Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Dabs, Mr. Crockpot on Twitter. Today, we are breaking down my top 5 cornerbacks in the 2023 NFL Draft. Guys, if you love the draft or if you love the Philadelphia Eagles, smash that subscribe button. Let's go. All right, before we get into my top 5, I've got 2 honorable mentions, starting off with Chris Abrams-Draine out of Missouri. Here is a super intriguing wide receiver to cornerback convert who earned an 83.1 coverage grade while playing both in the slot and outside in his first season playing cornerback as a redshirt freshman last fall. He possesses some of the best change of direction ability in the class with big time playmaking skills. Despite only playing cornerback for a short time, he only missed 4 tackles on 46 attempts last year. According to PFF, he is the highest graded SEC cornerback in single coverage since 2020 with a score of 85.8. That's better than Cam Smith at 84.8 and Eli Ricks at 84.1. He recorded 3 interceptions while leading Missouri with 7 passes defended. He saw time both on the boundary and in the slot last year. I think the sky is the limit for Chris Abrams-Draine, and he's only scratching the surface of his huge potential. Right now, I've got a day 2 grade on Chris Abrams-Draine. Let's watch some highlights.
Guy, or at least makes it 11 on 11.
That one is batted away. Tennessee field goal unit.
Draine just does a nice job here of just reading this slant. He's able to get his hand inside.
This kick returnable. Abrams-Draine coming near side. He's got a lot of room. I don't think anybody's going to catch him. That'll be a touchdown for Missouri.
My second honorable mention is Clark Phillips III out of Utah. While he might be undersized, this is an uber competitive cornerback prospect on the outside. His 59 solo tackles last year was the 12th most among all cornerbacks and 7th most among outside cornerbacks. While he may end up being a slot corner in the NFL, he has the skill and the mentality to thrive there. He's got solid ball skills, and he has no problem reacting quickly to the football once it's in the air. He stays connected in man coverage, and he has smooth hips. At 5'10" and 184 pounds, he needs to be more aggressive as a tackler and offer more in run support. Right now, I've got a day 2 grade on Clark Phillips III. Let's watch some highlights.
Keyshawn Johnson had a monster game against Northwestern. The Jiggers headed for 200 yards. Stroud pump fake, looking for Fleming in the end zone. Underthrown and intercepted by Clark Phillips. The freshman makes his second humongous play here this afternoon.
Look at this technique. Sitting there, and there was no reason to bite on the fake. He saw a little shoulder from Stroud.
And it is picked off. Clark Phillips with a chance. Touchdown, Utah.
All over Clark Phillips. Greg London.
Play action fake. Steps into the throw. A little high. And ricochet intended for Troy Franklin. Well, what a hit by Clark Phillips.
Now we get into my top 5, leading off with Cam Smith out of South Carolina. Cam Smith takes after the former first-round pick J.C. Horn with his physical nature and aggressive mindset. In 2021, he posted 3 interceptions and 11 pass deflections as a redshirt sophomore. While Smith doesn't have the elite physical skill set that J.C. Horn did, Cam Smith gets it done with high football IQ and craftiness. Smith is elite at initiating contact and not drawing flags. He's allowed only 15 of his 32 targets to be caught for 184 yards and a 36.5 passer rating in his first season as a starter last year. He's 6'1" with 187 pounds with solid athleticism, length, and ball skills. This is a guy who has improved steadily every year at South Carolina. He has fluid hips and has no problem sticking with receivers in man coverage. Against the run, his physical gifts and mental toughness are borderline elite. Cam Smith projects as a scheme-versatile starter at the next level. On the negative side, there really isn't much that sticks out. This is a guy who checks off a lot of boxes, and I could easily see him being a first-round pick after a solid 2022 campaign. Right now, I've got a day 2 grade on Cam Smith. Let's watch some clips. Coming in number 4 in my rankings is Joey Porter Jr. out of Penn State. Joey Porter Jr. is a guy with really intriguing upside. He has all the length and all the athleticism you want for an outside cornerback. Two things to bring up when you're talking about Joey Porter Jr. First up, this is a guy who has improved every year as a playmaker, and he's one of the longest corners in his class at 6'2" and 192 pounds. Second up, this is a guy who shut down Ohio State last season, allowing only 2 of his 4 targets to be caught for 25 total yards. In that game, he shut down the Buckeyes receivers at the line of scrimmage. Joey Porter Jr. can dominate in press coverage, thrive in off coverage, and even shows upside in zone and man coverage. Right now, my grade for Joey Porter Jr. is in that rounds 1 through 2 area. I love this guy's upside. Let's watch some highlights. Coming in number 3 in my rankings is Garrett Williams out of Syracuse. Here's a twitchy 6 foot, 190 pound corner prospect who thrives in coverage. He's got a solid 72.9 coverage grade for his career at Syracuse, and he's been strong since his true freshman season. This is a cornerback who has dominated against some of the best receivers in the ACC. He's arguably got one of the highest defensive IQs in the class, and he always seems to be in the right spot. Garrett Williams might not have the plus size you look for in a guy like Keely Ringo, but he's got an elite skill set, checks off a lot of boxes, and provides Pro Bowl upside at the next level. He needs to improve at the catch point, which is where he's given up most of his downfield yardage throughout his career at Syracuse. He doesn't have elite athleticism, and he's not the most explosive corner in this class. He would also benefit from adding strength to his frame at the NFL level. But right now, I've got a first round grade on Garrett Williams. Love this kid. Let's watch some highlights.
Travis out to McDonald, who's met immediately by Garrett Williams.
From the 37. Uyunglele to Davis Allen, and it's Williams who gets him in the backfield for a loss. It's 3rd and long.
On 2nd and 10, Grossell keeps it. He's going nowhere. Great pressure in the backfield by Garrett Williams. Here's the give to Sinkfield, and he's hit in the backfield by Williams, who's been all over the place so far for the Orange D.
Right now, as you said, Syracuse playing with all the momentum.
Quick pass to Addison. That's going nowhere. Garrett Williams with a host of orange making the tackle.
Coming in number 2 in my rankings is Eli Ricks out of Alabama. Following an unreal true freshman campaign, injuries slowed down the former LSU Tiger last season, and this year, Ricks will be playing for Alabama. Expect Eli Ricks to return to his 2020 form, where he was arguably the premier press corner in the class. In his 227 press coverage snaps over his career, Ricks has only allowed 6 of his 21 targets to be caught for 121 yards, while generating 3 interceptions and 5 forced incompletions. This is a guy who is outstanding at crowding the line of scrimmage and altering receivers' route. This is a huge year for Eli Ricks playing under Nick Saban's defense. He's 6'2", 190 pounds with plus length. He's great in man coverage with very good ball skills and elite instincts. This guy always seems to be around the football, making plays and making quarterbacks pay the price for throwing to his side. On the negative side, he lacks high-end explosiveness that scouts want to see out of a CB1. While he's got really good speed, there is a question about whether or not he can stick with faster receivers at the next level. Eli Ricks might be best suited as a zone corner, where he can see everything and keep everything in front of him, allowing his elite instincts to take over. Right now, I've got a top 20 grade on Eli Ricks. Let's watch some clips.
Costello gonna go deep, near sideline. This one's intercepted. Picked off. That's what they needed. Eli Ricks.
4th. The initials at the end of his name also represented where he was on the depth chart. Juggling takeaway, and LSU's got another one. This belongs to Eli Ricks.
South Carolina near midfield. That's an interception thrown to Eli Ricks. The true freshman takes it the distance.
Very smart. Psychology graduate. Here's an interception by Eli Ricks, injured earlier, but back out there now, and he's going to go all the way for an LSU touchdown.
Alive, throw it away so you don't take the negative yards.
Underneath throw and blown up, and here comes the flag. Eli Ricks.
Coming in number 1 in my rankings is Kelee Ringo out of Georgia. Georgia's front 7 last year was absurdly talented, but Kelee Ringo is a star in the making. Here's a guy with a ton of size and length, standing at 6'2" and 205 pounds. Ringo is a big-time playmaker. He had 2 interceptions and 8 pass breakups last year. He's got superb athleticism, as evident by his 4.35 40-yard dash back in high school. When you watch him on tape, he routinely presses receivers to the sideline and refuses to get stacked against vertical routes. Ringo is at his best when he's targeted downfield. He's only allowed 8 of his 31 targets to be caught for 211 yards on throws 10 plus yards downfield last season. He can play both man and zone coverage, he plays with an aggressive mindset, he can play physical at the line of scrimmage, and he can outmuscle bigger receivers at the catch point. He's a very good tackler, he's strong at blitzing the quarterback, he can match up against faster wide receivers. Other than being overly aggressive at times, Kelee Ringo checks off a lot of boxes. Right now, I've got a top 20 grade on Kelee Ringo. Let's watch some highlights.
Biggest third down in Bryce Young's career. You need 10. Play clock at 4. From the pocket. Launching downfield. Underthrown and intercepted. Kelee Ringo has an escort down the sidelines. All the way to the end zone. And Georgia is going to conquer the Crimson Tide.
First down and 15. Time to throw it. Johnston up top. And intercepted by Ringo. Kelee Ringo.
Jones batted up in the air and complete. And that was Kelee Ringo.
4 at the 5-minute mark. Levis, look out behind you. Down he goes.
So those are my top 5 cornerbacks in the 2023 NFL Draft. Did I miss anybody? Let me know down in that comment section below. Please give this video a like if you love the NFL Draft, and follow me on Twitter at Mr. Crockpot. Thank you everyone for watching. Stay awesome.